Welcome to English Binglish Part 2. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's practice listening in English.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Do you want to speak English fluently and confidently? But every time you try to speak, you stop, you think too much, and you feel nervous? Then this video is exactly for you because today you will understand something very important. Why you must speak English every day. English is one of the most widely spoken and important languages in the world today. It is used in almost every field such as education, business, science, technology, travel, and international communication. In today's global world, speaking English fluently is not just a skill, it is a necessity. However, many learners struggle to speak English confidently even after studying it for many years. The main reason for this problem is the lack of daily speaking practice. Speaking English every day is one of the most effective and powerful ways to improve fluency. Language learning is not only about memorizing grammar rules or learning vocabulary lists. It is mainly a skill, and skills can only be improved through consistent practice. Just like learning to drive a car, ride a bicycle, or swim in water, speaking English also requires regular practice in real situations. When a learner starts speaking English daily, even for a short time, their brain slowly adapts to the language. At the beginning, it may feel difficult and uncomfortable. A person may stop often, search for words, or make mistakes, but this is completely normal. With continuous practice, the brain becomes more familiar with English sentence patterns, and speaking becomes smoother and more natural. One of the greatest advantages of daily speaking practice is the improvement of fluency. Fluency does not mean speaking perfect English without mistakes. Fluency means speaking smoothly without long pauses and hesitation. When a person speaks English every day, their thinking speed in English increases. They no longer need to translate sentences from their native language. Instead, they start forming sentences directly in English, which makes communication faster and more effective. Another important benefit of speaking English daily is vocabulary development. When learners speak regularly, they try to express different ideas and thoughts. During this process, they naturally learn new words and phrases. Even if they do not know certain words, they try to find alternatives or learn them later. Daily speaking practice also greatly improves pronunciation. English has many sounds that may not exist in other languages. Without practice, it is very difficult to pronounce words correctly. However, when learners speak English regularly, their tongue and mouth muscles adjust to English sounds. Repetition helps them improve clarity and accent over time. Listening and repeating native speakers also plays an important role in improving pronunciation. Confidence is another major benefit of speaking English every day. Many learners feel shy or afraid of making mistakes while speaking. This fear stops them from practicing. But when they start speaking daily, they slowly realize that mistakes are a natural part of learning. Nobody becomes perfect in a single day. Every fluent speaker once made mistakes as a beginner. Daily practice removes fear and builds confidence step by step. One very effective method to improve speaking skills is self-talk practice. In this method, a learner speaks to themselves in English about daily activities. For example, they can say, I'm waking up now, I'm brushing my teeth, I am going to school, or I am studying English. This simple habit trains the brain to think in English and improves natural speaking ability. Another powerful method is thinking in English instead of translating from the native language. Many learners make the mistake of thinking in their own language first and then translating into English. This process slows down speaking and creates confusion. However, when learners start thinking directly in English, their speech becomes faster and more natural. For example, instead of thinking, I want to go to the market in another language and translating it, they directly think it in English. Shadow speaking is also a very useful technique. In this method, learners listen to English sentences and immediately repeat them. This helps improve pronunciation, rhythm, and fluency. By copying native speakers, learners develop a more natural speaking style. Consistency is the most important factor in learning English. Even if a person practices for only 10 to 15 minutes daily, it is still very effective. In real life, we can clearly see the difference between active and passive learners. A passive learner only studies grammar and reads books but does not speak. As a result, they struggle in real conversations. On the other hand, an active learner speaks regularly, even if they make mistakes. Over time, they become more fluent, confident, and comfortable in real communication. Therefore, every English learner should make speaking practice a daily habit. Even a few minutes of daily speaking can bring big improvements over time. With dedication, consistency, and regular practice, anyone can become a fluent English speaker. Thank you for watching. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs encouragement today.